So let me do the intro here, and I got you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the High Soapbox, the premier interview podcast here on HIMediaTV. And today I am interviewing a very special person, a moderator on both my Discord, Twitch, and YouTube, and somebody who is, believe it or not, like I may be your favorite YouTuber, but I was his before you. Mr. Khanyoueven, I will not be using your government name out of respect, just because you made that clear. And he was watching during the quick question days, sub 1000. One of the oldest viewers, and someone I'm very much appreciative of, and a dear friend. So, but to that point, I do want to do a little bit of self-masturbatory lines of questioning in the beginning before I get into some more detailed stuff with you. So, tell me, how did you find me in the first place?
So, you know how you can make community posts, and
Mm-hmm.
usually when I'm scrolling through YouTube, it's actually to find those community posts. I'm not looking for videos at the first. That's how I find different
Do you
YouTubers
like?
that I might want to subscribe to.
I'm sure you like the new community feature where you can go to a section and it's just posts.
Yes, yes. I've actually been trying to use that myself for my own channel just to have like a backlog of memes that people can see.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I got a backlog going all the way up to the 27th, I think. But yes.
But yeah,
Um,
that's how I found you.
right. So in your so and approximately how many subscribers did I have at the time?
I think it was like 460 something at that point. Like it was in the
Shoo,
mid 400s.
shoo. Sean was still bigger than me at that point. PT Sean,
Like, and then
yeah.
yeah,
But
and like
yeah,
I'd sat
continue.
there and sorry, in my early years, of course, I stayed like kind of shut off from like communicating through the internet because I was still trying to find like a point where I don't come off asshole-ish, if it
Hmm.
would be like that.
You were deconstructing your Xbox Call of Duty lobby days mentality.
Yes, I didn't want to come off as standoffish. I wanted to be an understanding individual as I spoke to people online because I know it's really easy to jump temper when you're online.
Oh, 100%, because you don't view the other people, you view them as a name on a screen and not as a person.
Exactly. And I try to remember that there is a person behind that screen 9 times out of 10.
Right. So, tell me a little bit about your background, line of work, interests, things of that nature. I already know, just trying to do this for the folks here. Introduce yourself.
So right now I'm functionally working HVAC as a helper, putting up sheet metal duct, things like that. No, it's the trades. Eventually I want to jump into electrician if I can.
So, fun
But
fact, I haven't said it, I haven't said this publicly, Con. Fun fact, once I get my self settled in Wilmington, I'm actually looking at joining an electrician's program.
yes, please do, dude. The money's there and the work is easy. Like it's really a lot easier than like a lot of the other shit you could be doing.
Yeah, I'm ripping shit out of plaster. I don't gotta fix that shit.
Exactly.
Oh
See,
man,
but like I'm telling you, that's a steady paycheck there.
no, for sure. And I'm kind of all for it because, like, well, electricians ain't going nowhere anytime soon. And the last job I went and did work for, like, I spent 10 years of my life getting good at, got fucking automated away by ChatGPT. So, what can you
Yeah, and
do?
it's going to be a hot minute before robots can replace like what an electrician can do.
Yeah, they just don't have the fine motor skills yet.
And not just that, the fine thinking, because like you got to sometimes find workarounds that a computer might not be able to.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why they're still keeping normal programmers on, even with, you know, bots.
With the current
Yeah,
uprise of AI.
Yeah, because like you still need to be able to. The problem is that in my field is all of the higher up think like, oh, we can just not hire junior and mid level programmers anymore, and then
Yeah.
like, and then they hand ChatGPT to their mid level employees that they still have and their senior employees, and they're just like, use ChatGPT, and they're like, we don't want to use ChatGPT. It's shit. It doesn't do it. We have to spend, instead of spending 3 hours coding, we're spending 30 minutes generating the code and 3.5 hours fixing the motherfucker.
Because it's
But
not good.
no, and so it's because AI, and I think to a degree, artificial intelligence is never going to be so good as it's able to permanently replace people in a field, because eventually, if AI stops getting fresh information pulled into it, it will immediately start, cannibalizing like already pre-generated AI stuff, and then it just turns
Yep.
into a slop whirlpool and gets shittier and shittier and shittier. So it's
Oh
like,
yeah, no, it's just like the Mandelbrot zooming in on more absolute heinous garbage.
yeah. So it's like for me, I think that AI as it currently exists is going to exist. I think that we are currently going through the boom. We haven't hit the bust yet. And when the bust finally does hit, AI is going to exist in such a way that it is considered a tool, but it is not being used to replace people so much. I think junior developers are probably going to get hosed permanently, like for a lot of reasons, because a lot of the stuff you
Middle
need to do is
management as well.
middle management. Yeah, but like, and I think I think we just need as a society to start to shift our priority to, you get paid uh in like in um uh in tandem with how well you are, how good you do at a job. Like if one person is able to complete a task in an hour, you can do it in 15 minutes. You get paid more. Like pay shouldn't necessarily be pay um should be parallel with, what's it called, with seniority and skill level
You
and
basically
seniority,
want
instead of
you want
position.
programming to be like the trades.
Right. Because here's the
Because the
thing.
trades, that's how it is.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. That's how most jobs should be. That's how every job should
Oh
be.
yeah, no.
And in programming, especially, because I wager that, because the way programming works is, it is exactly the same in terms of like, you have a skill set and you're trying to solve a problem, and then there's unique monkey wrenches to each problem that you have to solve, and it's up to you to figure it out. So it's a problem solving puzzle, as much as that you're using with skilled, knowledge that you spent time like learning how to do. The only difference is, instead of being in a fucking air duct or in a hole somewhere, I'm sitting in a chair in front of a computer. The function, like
Yeah, no, you're
the
basically trying to build a virtual house.
yeah, the underlying,
And you're
mechanics of
building
like
it
how
on a
things.
hill.
Yeah, the philosophical, mechanics behind it are the same as the trades. The physical mechanics of it are not. You know, like people who are tradesmen could do programming, if they wanted to, because their brains are wired for that type of problem solving. The hard part is just learning, the nitty gritty part of it. But that's with any trade.
A lot of us don't want to sit behind a desk all day either.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't mind sitting behind a desk all day so long as I'm doing something.
And that's
But
what I'm saying. Like, I do believe, like, eventually, like, IT and things like that should be a part of the trades because we need y'all just as much as y'all need us building shit.
well, absolutely. The problem is that my field's software engineering didn't come about until after the Reagan administration.
Yeah.
And he did to unions, so what can you do?
They're still way too unionized. It's just, you got to be very careful.
And and it's hard as shit. And also we're in a governmental administration that genuinely is hostile to unions.
because it is bought and sold by big corporations.
Yep, absolutely. Oligarchy, baby. My throat is still sore from earlier. Ugh.
I feel bad for your intestines.
So for those watching the VOD or watching, because I'm recording this podcast while I'm streaming. For those who are for those who are don't know, Khan's girlfriend bought a stream a stream action on on my Ko-Fi shop, which was take a tapeworm shot, which a tapeworm shot is vodka, hot sauce, Tabasco sauce, namely pepper, and a long line of like squeezed mayo. And because I don't drink, it was just Tabasco sauce. So imagine drinking Tabasco sauce with lots of like table pepper in it, and like just and it's like also a shit ton of mayonnaise. Yeah, my eardrums were on fire for some reason.
It was the devil's red hot cummies.
Ain't that the
Thank
best that mammals are the only things that can really experience capsaicin?
Capson. Yeah, yeah, it is. But so as far as your pedigree as a gamer, tell me, like mine is like what is your three games that like kind of like identify like you as like your interests as a gamer? Dark Souls is one of them.
Um,
I'm
so,
already I'm just gonna
yeah,
get
no,
that
I'm gonna
off
give
the.
you the top three is Kingdom Hearts, Bloodborne, and then I'm trying to think of the Rogue Galaxy.
What the fuck is Rogue Galaxy?
Level 5 was a niche Japanese company that came out with banger after banger of just nothing but the most amazing RPGs story wise and complexity wise that you'll ever find. Dark Cloud was one of the first, and then we got Rogue Galaxy, which has over in on the box 100 hours of gameplay.
Hmm. Wow, it looks
Like when
interesting.
I say it was one of my childhood games.
Hmm. Yeah, for
Like your
me
main
is
character on a desert, like it's got Star Wars vibes to it.
nice. I love that. But yeah, so so just to pivot that into your streaming, how long you been streaming for?
Just like what has it been? A couple months now. So not a whole lot of growth, not a whole lot of movement just yet, but I'm working on a backlog, of course, so that's good. And then that way
Hmm.
I can pull and edit and make the stubs and shit like that.
Well, I highly recommend using CapCut, just forking over the $20 a month for that, because it will allow you to auto cut out filler, um, silence, all
And I
that.
also kind of want to be a little bit more in depth with it eventually and be able to like do my own sound and everything like that. Cause I've got a soundboard. I just got to
Oh no,
learn the
110,
programs.
110%. My thing is that like I've got, my problem is I have my main channel, and then I have like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine other channels that post to varying degrees. And so like one of them is the highlights channel where I take the, Twitch streams, download them, cut them up, and yeah. And so
And
it's
see,
it's
eventually I want to do that for the streams is like relegate my actual channel to um, my content, my edited content, and then make an actual
yeah,
streamed archive channel.
yeah. No, I get that. Honestly, the archive channel is literally just a separate channel that I export straight from Twitch to YouTube.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And it's honestly nice to
And then
have just
eventually maybe
because
have like a shorts channel.
yeah, I have a shorts channel. I have a backlog up there all the way up to August. I just post one a day at midnight. Easy peasy.
That's what I'm saying. Like see, I want to get a little bit better at Duel Links before I start posting more content because I do want to actually start trying to go for higher ranks. I usually just piddle around in Rookie.
Yeah, for me, my thing is that I've got a pretty solid Shadal deck, and I am good enough with that deck that I very well could go to. I could cog for the first time in my life with it. I just don't play it enough to do so. Like I'll play like 10 rounds, 15 rounds, win every fucking match I do, but like I'll end at like silver, maybe gold or something, and then not touch it for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
And so then I'm knocked back
But
down to
the reason
bronze
I
a
want to
month.
do that is just to build content.
Yeah, no, for sure. Honest to God, Duel Links is so good for short form content because no
And
duel
that's what I'm saying.
it realistically never goes past 3 minutes. And honest to God,
You
it's
can
one of
speed it
those.
up, build a quick beat, drop it.
Yep. And again, using CapCut, it allows you to cut off a lot of the background noise, so you can just keep it
Yep.
pushing, which is very helpful.
Well, actually, I play muted period, so there's not a whole lot of background noise. And then on top of that, I have a mobile editor I use.
I use UCut. What do you use?
Photoplay.
Got it. Got it. Man, honestly, phone editing apps have gotten a lot better in recent years. I think with CapCut coming onto the scene and being a thing, a lot of the other ones kind of had to sort of up their game to a degree or kind of get crowded out.
It was just the first thing I saw for me that actually worked without having to pay for anything. And if I wanted like remove watermarks, I just watch an ad and I'm done with it.
Yeah, easy peasy. I honestly just bite the bullet just to get the full suite and pay for the year. Because it costs like $8
Eventually, I
for
will.
the year.
I've got other money that needs to go other places. Like just recently, I bought a new atrium for my ball python. I got a 40-gallon that's like tall as hell.
Yeah, that's the other thing, folks. Khan has a verifiable zoo in his home.
Not yet. Not yet. Soon.
Might as fucking well be though.
It's just 2 cats and a snake.
I could have sworn it was more, but I do like snakes.
He's my baby though. Once we're done with this interview, I'm gonna get him swapped over.
Why you gonna like put him around your neck and snuggle him?
No, I'm gonna let Amanda hold him while I get his new atrium set up.
And he's gonna be like, "Yay, I get snuggies with mom."
Yep, and he gets a big ass home now.
And he's gonna be exploring and having fun.
Yep, I got him like little sticky bamboo shoots for him to hang off of and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that sounds awesome. You're gonna need to put pictures in the pet tags.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. But
I cannot wait.
yeah. Khan here also is our is Lake Chara is like our resident like Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge nerd.
Somewhat. Like I still feel like my deck building skills could use some work, but I have been playing since like it came to America, so back before we even had any rules.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom format. Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. Whatever
And
you say it does.
yeah, and it's like and then like because I watched almost every episode of Magic Kingdom, like I like was a knowledge base for it. So like when someone would try to fight me on some shit, like no, on this episode when he fought this person, this card did this thing. So
This
yes,
did
it
this.
can. Yeah, nah, I wasn't even
And
playing
then
around.
like a year later then we got rules.
Yeah, we got actual rules to play the game. So tell me, I know you recently played through Bloodborne again. My question is, what are some themes from Bloodborne that you see? Like, that you see that you saw in your most recent playthrough that like you didn't really pick up on the first time. And when I say themes, I mean themes of the story and the world, more so than like an actual secrets that you didn't already know existed.
The violent femininity of the entire game, if you pay attention to it, like the absolute stresses it puts on like childbirth and like what it does to the feminine mind and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, like how it shows, like Miyazaki and his crew is insane. Like they are very good at what they do. And like you can go all the way back to their Kingsfield era and showing that like can-do attitude.
Yeah, it's you know, the Bloodborne is very unique in that regard. I don't know what happened to Miyazaki when he made Bloodborne that made him that in tune with like, you know, feminism to like be able to have those themes be the way they are. Like for
it might not have been fully intentionalized either.
Well, I mean, you say that, but then the themes are also there in Elden Ring, the feminine rage.
Oh yeah. Well, not just that, like, isn't it like America being both man and woman at the same time, being Radagon and herself?
It's a little
like
different.
There's a lot of different subserviences.
Yeah, it is. It is a very the games aren't just unga bunga hammer go bonk on big boss. I mean, it is that, but you know,
you can boil it down to that, but like there's so much more like fine branches coming off of a very simple concept.
One of the things that I wish Miyazaki would do is give us the release a book with the actual fucking lore.
There are, I think.
No, the books you're thinking
they're
of
like lore and art books.
The ones you're thinking of are from like Vot's video.
Well, I mean, he is like the top knowledgeable most person on From Software at that point.
I mean, he is, but part of the problem with the way that the lore works in FromSoft games is it's very much up to interpretation.
Yeah, which of course Vati like says.
Well, there's only so much you can do that's concrete. Like, sorry, I'm eating something I call the.
Oh no, you're good.
I'm eating something I call the Favuzi special. And the reason I call it the Favuzi special is because it's my ex-girlfriend's last name. And she would always make tuna with keepy mayo, some seasonings, and rice as her comfort food. And I'd make it for her and stuff when she was having a hard time. And now we don't have any tuna,
fact.
but I use chicken instead.
Fun fact, did you know that you can only eat so much tuna every week?
Why?
Because of the mercury in the tuna.
I'll test that theory.
It's not a theory. There's a lot of mercury in tuna blood and a lot of ocean fish. But tuna is one of the big ones, if I'm correct. And you can eat 3 cans a week and be all right. But if you eat tuna every single day, you're eventually going to start feeling the effects of mercury poisoning.
Well, tuna's cheap, so I guess I'll take the good with the bad.
That's the big thing.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's fun being poisoned by everything we eat.
Oh, isn't it? It's great. And it's like you live in Alabama, so you have to deal with lower regulations and stuff in terms of your food and shit.
I mean, for the most part, the food's pretty good, though. If you know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
There's a place that's been open for 70 years that everybody's been eating at. right in Coleman that's just an amazing place.
Those are the best
Some of the
places,
best
aren't they?
catfish. Yes, like the hole in the wall places are the best here,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the southeast if you can find them.
Yeah. No, for real. My thing is that I actually saw a TikTok today that did explain the differences between different types of barbecues. North Carolina, vinegar base. South Carolina, mustard base. Memphis and Tennessee, dry rub. Georgia, mayonnaise base. Georgia and Alabama, mayonnaise base. Texas, ketchup base, less sugar. And I think it was Arkansas, Kansas, ketchup base, but sweeter. Hey, Red Storm, what's going on? But
And just what's funny to me is like how a lot of these states that are like in the middle of the country consider themselves Southern. And I'm sitting here like, they consider anything past Tennessee Southern.
here's my thing, right? I consider you south if you're south of the Mason-Dixon line. That's as a Yankee. Until you hit the southern border of Alabama, and then Florida is a bizarro world that doesn't count. At least after Jacksonville.
See, Florida, the whole state is just peak America, though.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
everything that is America boiled down to its finest point.
it is. It's a microcosm of America. Hence why we're currently in fascist hellhole, and it was in Florida was like the worst fascist hellhole 4 years ago. Like if you want to know how the country's going to go, look towards Florida.
You also gotta think like Florida's been done wrong for so long too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're still going through so many different invasive species eating up their wildlife.
It's well, what bums me out is that it is the Florida state government that's in charge of keeping manatees alive, and I don't trust them because I love manatees and I don't think they're going to be able to do it effectively.
Now, manatees are too soft, but you know what's funny? They do know they can kill us.
They just don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to. Like there was a story I read of a diver who was swimming with them, and the manatee just laid on them and took them to the bottom of the river and just laid there on top of them and kept them there. And if they didn't have rebreather or nothing like that, they would have just drowned and died.
Yeah, but they're cute little bastards.
Yeah, like it's so like they're one of my most favorite animals since I was a kid. Them,
Me too.
I just I just hate the reticulated python problem that's been going
Mm,
on for years now.
yeah. Honestly, there's a part of me that just wants to ban boating in waters where manatees are.
It'd be fine if it was like sailboats,
Yeah, sailboats are fine.
but
It's just
if you have to, or like oar boats and sailboats, like if you're gonna have to be in those areas, like go back old timey because then you can't really hurt them that way. It's really the
here's
propellers that are getting them bad.
listen. If you own property in Florida and you own a boat and you own a boat, I don't think you really give a shit about anybody, let alone a manatee. You're probably the type of person that was bitching during the pandemic about not being able to get a haircut.
I just
That's
live
just
with that shit.
that's just me.
I
Uh,
just I still don't know how like sensitive that topic is with COVID, but like my qualms with it are moot at this point.
Honestly, at this point, the way I look at it, if the government had given us had given out a stimulus check once a week for 2 months and said everybody stay the fuck home and made sure everybody stayed home, COVID wouldn't have been a thing and a million Americans wouldn't have lost their lives. They didn't want to. Like the big problem wasn't that they weren't willing to like make us stay inside. The big problem, they weren't willing to pay us to do so.
Oh, my big thing was the artificial inflation of death numbers to the virus itself. But
Yeah, like the thing is that the concrete number now is like a mil, and there was a lot of people who I think that there was a lot of people who would say it was COVID that killed them, or it was the COVID vaccine that killed them, and like ultimately COVID is what killed them, but then they had like other underlying conditions, which is part of the reason why they said like, hey, if you have pre-existing conditions, try not to get COVID because it will kill you. So it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's inflated per se. I do feel like there's the numbers of people who quote unquote died because of the vaccines is definitely inflated. Because they would like find somebody who died of something and completely unrelated, and they had gotten a vaccine in like the last 6 months, and they'd say, "Oh, there it is." But I don't know. Ultimately, at the end of the day, like COVID is still happening. People are still getting it. People are still dying from it, and we just don't give a
it's
shit
basically
anymore.
just become another flu.
Yeah, it's like it's a more deadlier flu, and yeah, like
Give it 100
it's just
years, we'll build some kind of resistance.
I guess maybe ultimately it's just they cared more about they cared more about people going to work than people being alive. So that's
I mean, certain people do need to work. You can't run most power plants from home.
no, I know. My point is that I'm not saying that there are essential workers aren't essential and should and all that, but I am saying that there's a lot of jobs that can be done from home, and
Oh yeah, no.
also there's a lot of jobs that like should still be done from home. Like if you like there's plenty of like desk jobs that really do not need to be in the office, and the whole reason they're there is because some executive wants to feel like wave his big dick around saying, look at all these
Powerful.
people who have to do what I have to say. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's so someone can ego stroke about I have the power over all of these people to make them come to this one point.
Exactly. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of the last company I worked for, prime example. Like multiple.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
eh, there's just a lot of problems, and it's not just here in America. It's everywhere. There's different slices of problems.
Well, the thing is that the silver lining, America's like marching descent into fascism, has actually hampered right wing movements in the West worldwide. Like the AfD out in Germany has plummeted in terms of popularity, and the Conservative
Which
Party
was
in
like the
Canada,
Nazi party at this time.
and then the Conservative Party in uh what was it called in Canada was had a 20-point lead on the Liberals, and then Trump did the tariffs, and like immediately they're neck and neck again. Reform
Mm.
UK, which was just going to be like MAGA but British, has like completely had to
Yeah,
change all of their strategies and is like floundering at the seams. So it's like right wing governments all over the world, right wing regime like parties all over the world, and democracies have like people have soured against them because they're like, oh, this is what this shit will lead to. I don't want this. And so, it's in the event people like you and I are able to get the fuck out and leave the country, we will be in a much more like resiliently democratic place if we can
oh no,
escape.
I'm not leaving this country. I'm
I
never
mean,
leaving this country. I'm going to be a part of it till it falls apart or we fix it.
I feel you on that. There's a part I felt the same way during the first Trump administration. I don't know, man. I've said a lot of wild shit on like they're sending American citizens to El Salvador to work in slave camps. I might need political asylum. I'm just saying.
There is a way to fix it. We just need a better system.
Live, laugh, love Luigi.
And see that the problem with Luigi is like that was just out of anger, true anger, and it could have been more systematic than that.
Oh, it could have. I'm just bummed
But
there's not more.
that's just a showing.
But and here's the thing: there have been copycat, but they haven't gotten any news cover. There's another healthcare CEO's
And we
house
don't
that
need
got
to kill them.
um.
We need to make them realize just how much pain and suffering they put people through.
Here's my thing: I don't think there is any amount of showing the consequences of your actions that you can show to a person like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk and have them actually change their ways. I think if we're going to do it in a non-violent way, we need to do some
Oh,
shit.
I would not
I,
expect them to change their ways. Imagine them working fast food for the rest of their lives.
well, that gets me to my point. When Mao took over China, like deposed the Chinese emperor and took over China, um, he took basically the last the living heir. He instead of like killing him or something like the Bolsheviks did to the czars, um, uh, uh, um, he basically gave him a job saying, "Hey, you're like he like put him through public school and gave him a job as a street cleaner." And he became one of like the biggest proponents of like the new system. Now, I have my criticisms of Mao. He's a piece of shit for a lot of reasons, obviously. But like I'm saying, take Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos' wealth away and give them a job working at Walmart or
That's what
something,
I'm
you know?
saying. No, but
Yeah.
like the big thing is we have to liquidate their unnecessary assets. So, for
I
instance, housing, things like that. But the big problem is we can't touch stock options until we can get a more incorporated economy set up.
I just think I think a quick solution that might work is if you take a loan out against illiquid asset, 30% of that loan has to go to like 50% of that loan has to go to taxes, or a certain amount of money has from that loan has to go to taxes, and it's automatically and it's and basically like for every I don't know for every let's say 10,000 the loan is it increase you have to pay an extra 3% in taxes, and it starts at 15%. So what that means is that like or alternatively, you have that same premise and it's like if you have one mortgage on your account in a house that you're living in, you don't have to pay taxes on loans against that. But if you own stock automatically like loans against like your stock holdings automatically has a 50% um automatically has a 15% tax. So if you were trying to get a loan for like $10,000, you have to get a $20,000 loan because 10,000 of it immediately is going to get eaten by taxes. As it should. Because that's how these rich people live. I think that ultimately you need to start like taxing these people in ways where they can't just fucking pretend that they have no income and they are tax cheats.
Oh, trust me, I know. I've been preaching against the shady tax brackets and everything else that they've been using to retain their money while also not technically having it.
The fact that that our tax brackets stop at $400,000 and doesn't continue going up is absurd. Like I'm
And then
like,
something crazy to me
mhm.
is like I was working with someone recently and they didn't believe lobbyists exist. And I'm sitting here like, bro, no. How do you think these people get paid to run their campaigns for presidency?
Median ass American voter. Like I don't even need to. I can just, like listen. I can just call someone a median American voter. I don't need to use the word retarded anymore. It's about as insulting.
Like, cause like you're not reading the paint on the wall, brother. Like it's there. Hell, they teach about it in schools.
Right? It's just, oh, Christ in heaven almighty. Anyways, just to wrap it up, and you and I can go and play some Pal World after this interview, obviously.
I have no
Yeah.
idea if I'm gonna be able to or not.
Okay, but that's fine. But can
I
people
mean, I'll
find you?
message you if I can.
Oh no, for sure. Where can
Huh?
people find you? Where can people find you?
YouTube, and Twitch. That's about it right now.
Okay, what as on YouTube and Twitch?
Oh, um, Twitch.com/Khanyoueven and YouTube.com/Khanyoueven.
Hell yeah, look for the pieces of ham that look like a double cheeked up Kim Kardashian on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. No, the turkey slices that I love so much. I've gotten like I'll comment on something, and then someone else would be like, just like a long stream of just people just like, bro, why? Like people getting hot and bothered for my turkeys.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's absolutely hilarious. Love it.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at himedia.gg/discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at himedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.